Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name's Elisa, and here I create bullet journaling videos and all things to do with bujo. And today I am finally setting up my gym/fitness journal. I am super excited, and I decided to create a few different layouts that I think I will use quite often, as well as some different habit trackers that will also come into use. So in this first page I have here, I'm setting up my cover page, I guess, for the whole journal, and it is pretty much a quote that I really resonate with this year, and it's "Future me loves past pain." I've used it not only in fitness but also in areas of life like work and stuff, because nobody wants to work, but we all gotta, and it's just setting my future self up for better success. I can dwell in the pain in the moment and really look forward to what the future holds. So I decided to go with kind of a mountain-esque theme, so I just used a old G2 pen here on the side and just drew lines to give it a defined mountain characteristic. Super simple. I also decided to use my blue and silver sparkly G2 pens to fill in the lettering, and then I'll add a drop shadow to the back of it with my fine liners. I was really inspired to start a gym journal and something to be able to track all of my fitness with the summer coming up and spring, and I was really excited to really motivate myself. I do a summer softball league with my husband, and I am in no way near shape for that. Even though it's pretty low-key, I still like to be a little bit more active than I am now. So on this next page here, I am going to be setting up my index, where it's pretty much just what an index is. I'll put all of my pages and everything there, and I made it super simple. I definitely drew a little bit too much with the ink on that first page, and it bled through, which is why I added the craft paper. I think it looks good with it. I wasn't necessarily planning on adding it, but it definitely doesn't harm the aesthetic. And then here I'm just going in with my mild liners and adding a drop shadow effect to my index title. And I just used my regular fine liners there. And here I used another fine liner to give that mountain-esque characteristic again. I don't know exactly where I saw that. I think it was on Pinterest, but I thought it was super creative and I decided to give it a try. Super simple, so you could definitely follow it to your own liking as well. And here I'm just creating a spread and a page spot, and then going over with another mild liner to kind of split up the different numbers and things that I'll write there. I also decided to add another mountain on the bottom as well as the top of the other page, just to add some low-key aesthetic and different artistic characteristics to my journal, just to brighten it up a slight bit. This was a really quick and easy spread to create, so I definitely enjoyed it. And then I just added some more mild liner to the other page, which you'll see here in a second. And overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think I could have made it look a little bit better without the craft paper and the mild liner. Maybe I shouldn't have gone over the craft paper with it, but I think it's just fine. And then this next page is where I'll keep all of my information, like weight and different body measurements that I'll be keeping track of. I am trying to lose just a slight bit. I think I've lost about 20-ish. It might have been 15. I don't really remember. I still have another 10 pounds to get to my goal weight, so I will just be keeping different measurements here, and I always weigh in the morning. I just do it daily because I don't mind. I will put a graph right there on the bottom, and then on the top just a chart so I can see the actual numbers rather than the overall trends. And then obviously on the right I can have different spots to put all of my body measurements. I'm keeping track of my bust, my waist, my neck, both my thighs, both my arms, and both my calves. I think that was all. If not, it's on the video there. And then I am just keeping track for February, March, April, May, and June, all the way till November. And I'm just going to be tracking it at the end of the month is what I decided. Both of these pages were really simple and easy to set up. It was just a bunch of charts, and I used my little protractor here in the ruler side, the straight edge, to then take my fine liner and really make those nice thick bold chart lines. And I think it turned out really well. It was super simple. I definitely love adding the little mild liner here with the blue. It looks really cute with the whole blue aesthetic that I have going. and I think it will be one of my favorite charts and most used pages. And then here I'm just filling in the categories. As you can see, my bust, my waist, and everything else I'll put after. Oh, hips, that's right, I forgot I'll be measuring those. I knew I was forgetting something. So there's that. And here I am just filling in February, March, April, May, June, all the way to November again. And then I will go in, also I'll be measuring in centimeters instead of inches, just because you can really start to see a lot of the difference when you measure in centimeters, since it's a smaller metric. So I will just be doing that. And here I'm going in with my protractor again, just to get some nice crisp edges for my graphs. And I definitely think it's pretty tedious. You definitely do not need straight edges if it doesn't bug you. I can be hit or miss. Today I was definitely feeling the perfect line syndrome. And then I got pretty lazy with the title, I'm not even gonna lie. I was thinking to do something a little bit more creative, but I decided to just simply trace out the body measurements in a fine liner. Really no characteristic or artistic qualities in that. However, in this next spread, I definitely went a little bit more bold, pun intended, and this is just my activities trends. Here I'll be keeping track of all of the activities that I'll be doing when it comes to working out, whether it's my warm-up or legs or cardio. I'll make a whole key on the right side where you can see all of the things I'm pretty much going to be doing. I'm setting these up for February since I'll probably be tracking them monthly, well I guess daily technically, but I'm not going to put out 365 days on a chart in this very small notebook, so I'm just doing it by months. So I have all of the 28 days, and then I have time across the top, and then I will take my mild liners and pretty much highlight a makeshift box depending on how much time I spent doing a certain activity. And this is probably my favorite page of this whole little gym journal because I decided to use the same mountain characteristic, artistic kind of thing, but I layered it with different colors from my Arteza fine liners, and I think it turned out really well. I ended up erasing the penciled mountain lines like I have in the other pages, but it kind of took away the whole obvious part that it's a mountain, so now it's not as obvious. Obviously I can see it, but I showed my husband. He was kind of like, what is it supposed to be? I just see a bunch of lines, and I was like, great, they're mountains, but okay. He later said that he could see it, but I think he was also just being nice, so you'll definitely have to leave me a comment down below of whether you think they look like mountains anymore, or if they just look like a bunch of lines. And here I'm setting up my key where I have different colors that correlate with different things that I'm doing in my activities. I have a heart symbol for when my heart rate's above 180 beats per minute on average, and then I'm using my teal colored mild liner for my warm-up, light blue for core, green for cardio, purple for legs and glutes. Then I have my light purple for arm and chest, my red for yoga, pink for my cool down, and gray for when it's a rest day. This next page that I have is going to be my sleep log, and I pretty much set it up just because I wanted to see if exercise is making a difference on my sleep. And the left page I have set up where I can track the hours or the amount of time that I get to sleep, where the right page, it has the last few days of the month with that, as well as a chart where I can track my quality of sleep with different words like good, restless, etc. And this way I can see a little bit more in depth of how I slept, because maybe I slept 8 hours but they were just terrible, or maybe I slept 4 hours but it was a really solid sleep and I felt ready to go the next day. This way I just have a lot more information to see how different exercises and exercising in general is having effects on my body, especially my sleeping habits. was also a really simple spread to set up, and it didn't take me much time at all. Here's just a little fancy transition there for you. And that was also my last spread of my journal that I'll be setting up. Obviously, I'll create more spreads as the year goes on and new months come up where I fill in these pages. I'm very excited to use it all up. I'm hoping that it will be super helpful with me and encouraging me to continue in my exercise journey and fitness journey and overall health. So I'm super excited. Right now I'm just using at home pretty much workouts because I don't really have a gym membership and I'm not looking to get a gym membership right now, but my body is doing a great job at supplying plenty of energy to use here. So this is what I have for you guys. I just went in with a little bit of washi tape to decorate it up a little bit more before I close the final cover. And there you go. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you have any recommendations of things that I could add to my health journal, any artistic details that maybe you were interested in, or different things. I have plenty of other videos on my channel where I created my January setup, my February, as well as my year. I also did the top 4 categories in February, so feel free to give those a good look. I would really appreciate it. Also, if you like this content, like and subscribe. It really helps me out. It means a lot to the channel, and I'm really excited for what I'll make in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!